Hey, good morning. Brandon here. We are touring in North Tacoma. This beautiful part of Tacoma is the North Slope area. The Airbnb that Rebecca and I own as partners is right over there in Old Town Tacoma. But this is a great neighborhood. I'm going to show you when we do the exterior. But this is a 5 unit for $1 million. It has two twos and three ones, I believe it is. The seller's offering seller financing with 25% down, 7% due in 5 years. A balloon, that's what we call a balloon, due in 5 years. Come on in. This is the vacant unit that we have. It's a two bed. So it's, I have to remember if it's late 50s, early 60s. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is the style you're going to see, kind of small baseboard heating. It does have a wood fireplace. A lot of landlords seal these up, but they just don't want the tenants burning them. But it looked like this tenant was probably actually maybe doing it. It has newer windows, which is good. It has this bamboo flooring. Probably just go take all this out and just do vinyl plank throughout, right? Kind of a small kitchen. This is what they did in the late 50s and 60s. I would probably open this wall up a little bit better here if you can. Get a contractor here. And then you come down here and you have your full bath with two bedrooms. And this has been updated with some tile and everything, but it all has all the wood doors and trim. I actually still like this color, this old natural wood look, but and then you go back out and you've got a nice slider to a private like courtyard area with some light and stuff. So it's a little dark in this room, but it's not bad. I think this is a good floor plan that you would see from the 60s. The rooms aren't huge, but they suffice, and it has a little skylight there. But now I will show you the exterior, and then I will do the numbers for you at seller financing, or if you went traditional. Now remember, this is 5 units, so you have to go commercial financing, which is a totally different way of buying a property that's 4 units or less. I will explain that in the video too. Okay, this is the exterior tour of the 5 unit, and you can see the neighborhood that we're in. This is a really well-maintained, beautiful neighborhood. You don't get graffiti or junky cars abandoned here like you see in other parts of Tacoma. So I'll show you like how great this is as an opportunity and just pride in ownership. I would love to own this and drive by it and say, oh, I own that building. It has this nice courtyard for tenants out in front where they can come and hang. It's a Rambler style, so it's all one story. Come back here, and every unit has also their own kind of private courtyard space back here. As I showed you of the interior tour, so it's kind of private. It's like a little courtyard. Here's a laundry room. It's coin operated. It does have some old storage. Sometimes we see these in the 1950s and 60s, like a little wood closet for storage. These are half size though. It'd be nice if they were all full size. But anyway, clean this out. Coin op, $30 a month, if that, if you're lucky. Let's go to the back where I'd like to show you the real opportunity. Is they're not even charging for parking either, or the rents don't reflect it. You have carport parking. You've got another courtyard back here for people to use with a wood fire space. I doubt they're doing wood fired pizzas or anything, but at least it's kind of ambiance. But you have carport parking, which is something great in the Northwest here. We don't get a ton of snow, but it's still nice to keep the elements off your vehicles. This is an alleyway here. Again, there's no tagging anywhere, graffiti. This is just a solid part. If you want to own in Tacoma, this is where you want to own, other than Old Town or Ruston. Usually anything with an N in the address is always pretty good. But this is an opportunity to be building for more, or build these out into garages even. Really kind of ramp up the level of living this would be for people in North Tacoma. So there you have it. Now stay tuned for the numbers.
All right, this is the property that Rebecca and I toured in the beautiful area of North Tacoma, kind of the North Slope area. And it's a 5 unit, so it's going to have to be commercial financing, right? And I've already reached out to a lender of mine to kind of just get a pulse on where the expectations would be for a lender, something this size. This is about as small as you get. And then for new investors, a lot of my clients are newer or don't have commercial experience. So I kind of want to know what a lender's thinking about, because I'm hearing things are very, very tight. Now, I ran this one in 3 different ways because this seller is offering seller financing 25% down, 7% interest with a 5-year balloon, which isn't terrible, but I'll show you how that pencils. It's kind of tough. I've got all these so you can see. I did a cash. I did if you did conventional with a big chunk down. And what we're looking at here is the first year, first month, I'm sorry, negative cash flow that you're going to have, and then the first year's negative return, right? Until you fill. There's one vacant unit and the rents are under market, and the cap you'd be buying an acquisition, which is terrible, right? But then what we hope to get to by year 2-ish, I say ish because I don't know if it'd be 12 to 18 months by the time you got everything kind of, I'd say average rents without having to invest a lot of money into the units, just renting them kind of as dated, but clean units, right? So you could get to about $1,000 a month, which is still only about a 3% return on cash. But remember, you're paying down principal, so there is a combined return that we see. So 497 is what you could probably get to if you did seller financing, 25% down. And let's see, did I do this at 7% or 6%? I did 6%. I thought we'd negotiate, try 35%. I'm sorry. The seller's offering 25%, but I think you should do 35 just to give yourself a little more wiggle room here in market conditions and things like that. But I think we could lever the interest rate down a point maybe by saying we'll give you another 10% down, which make them feel a little more comfortable about the deal, right? So when we look at that, that's what we're comparing against a commercial deal that would be roughly 45% down at 8%, I think is about the going rate. So you're going to be losing, if we go back to, you're actually losing a little bit more per month if you went with the bank, but you leverage a little bit better. I think 4.97, 2.94. No, this is the terrible one. I'm thinking of the cash. So we got 5.2 is the same cap, right? Your cash on cash return is terrible at that. If you did all cash, you cash flow a couple thousand a month from day one, even if you didn't fill the unit, but you should be able to get to about 4,800 or so and be a little over a 5.5 return, which is not bad. That's why I think a lot of investors are looking right now in this environment. They're paying cash whenever they can for deals, knowing that they will do refis later when banks loosen up, rates get a little bit better, things like that. They can bump the rents up, show better NOI, right? Stronger performance. So when you look at, everybody wants seller financing, but honestly, this seller finance deal isn't looking all that, even if they could get 6%, it's not stellar, but you don't have to deal with a bank. If you do the bank, you're still looking at a similar situation, not super stellar, and you're having to put more down actually, probably more like 45% down to get this thing. You're still not even at a DSCR of 1.25 or better from day one. You probably have to put 80% down to get to that. So the cash one does seem like the best alternative on this deal to get you the best returns, know that you aren't going to get in trouble here with the debt, and to take your time to refi. So hope that was helpful, and stay tuned for more videos.